Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to class. Today we're going to do some basic balancing poses. And before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and like, share and comment. All of these actions help the algorithm promote this content to other people who are searching for inspiration for their yoga practice. Before we begin, if you find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. We're going to start standing with the legs together. So let's bring the ankle bones, the big toe bones together, and we'll peel the toes up to reinforce the feeling of anchoring through the heels as well as feeling the balls of the feet. So toes lifting up, ankle bones, big toe bones in contact. When the toes lift, the kneecaps lift, the quadriceps are engaged. That's what we want. So keep the quadriceps engaged, kneecaps lifting. Slowly press the big toe down first, both big toes down. Then see if you can spread the toes and press just the little toes down. And then all the other toes down. And maintain the contact between the inner ankles and the big toes. Stretch down to the fingertips, lift your chest. And as you lift your chest, engage the lower abdomen. So we draw pubis to navel up, lift the front pelvic bones. So there's a tone happening in the mid-body, a lengthening happening in the lumbar spine. Get a sense that the thighs are pressing back and the buttocks are pressing forward. So that if you were to look at the pose from the side, ideally you'd see the hip sockets sitting vertically top the ankles and the shoulders sitting vertically top the hip sockets. And then the ears sitting vertically top the shoulders. So we're creating that straight line. Then to balance, of course, we need to take one foot up off the floor. Now I'm just going to add, if balance is really, really challenging for you, stand close to the wall so that you can refer to the wall with your fingertips. And then every now and then challenge yourself by taking the fingertips off the wall. But if you're able to, even just for a moment or so, we'll take one foot up off the floor and we'll see, can we balance there? So pick the right leg up. I'm mirroring you. Right leg up, bring your thigh parallel to the floor. Standing leg is in Tadasana, that's firm, the kneecap's gripped, chest is lifted. Then replace that foot to the floor and spread the toes on that right foot that you'll be balancing on. Pick the left leg up, bring your thigh parallel to the floor. Keep the standing leg firm, the kneecap gripped. So in a sense, we're still working with the thigh pressing back, buttock pressing forward, navel lifting, and then replace that foot. And so what we note is there's little oscillations of movement in the foot, in the ankle, in the lower leg as we're stabilizing our balance. And you might even note that with the feet together, if you were to close your eyes and just notice your balance, you notice there's a shifting, a subtle shifting from the outer foot to the inner foot, from the heel to the ball of the foot, from left to right. So all of those little shiftings are helping to maintain our balance, and it just becomes a little more pronounced when we're balancing on one leg. So again, let's pick up the right leg. This time we'll catch the shin. Now, if the knees don't like bending so much, you can catch under the shin, but see if you can lift your knee up. Roll your shoulders back and down, lift the chest, and keep your standing leg straight. Sometimes when we pick the knee up high, the standing leg wants to bend. So press the left thigh back and press the buttock forward. Then replace that foot to the floor. Spread the toes. Lift up the left leg. Catch the shin or catch under the knee. Lift the chest as you roll the shoulders back. So you're picking the knee up quite high and keeping the standing leg straight. So again, note, does that leg want to bend? Can you press the right thigh bone back? Lengthen your tailbone down. Then replace the foot to the floor. Again, we'll be in Tadasana, mountain pose. Once more, transfer the weight onto the onto the left leg, spread the toes. Now as you pick your foot up off the floor, interlock the fingers underneath the thigh into that knee crease, and then kick your heel forward. Press the thigh down into the hands to straighten the leg. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back, firm up the standing leg, press the left thigh back, and then bend the knee and replace the foot. Spread the toes as you're pressing that foot to the floor. Lift the left knee up, lift the foot up off the floor, interlock the fingers into the knee crease, chest lifts, and you kick the heel forward. Press the thigh down into your hands, reassert the lift of the breastbone, roll your shoulders back and down, and keep your standing legs straight, right thigh pressing back. Then bend your knee and replace your foot. Tadasana. Make sure you're breathing smoothly. Now, again, let's pick up the right leg. This time we'll turn the leg out as we pick the knee up and catch the shin. You can sit your right hand on the waist, or left hand on the waist, or stretch it out to counterbalance. So you're drawing the knee up, keeping the head of the thigh down. Standing leg stays straight. And then you replace that foot to the floor, and again spread your toes. Turn the left leg out, catch the shin, lift the knee up, but keep the head of the thigh descending. The foot's active, you're lengthening through the inner foot, peeling the outer foot up towards the outer knee. Lifting the chest, remember you can always use the right arm out wide to help counterbalance. And then lower the leg, replace the foot. So we use the turn out of the leg, the external rotation of the thigh bone, to come into Vrksasana, the tree pose. So turn the right leg out. This time as we pick the foot up off the floor, can you reach down and catch your ankle and place your heel high up the inner left thigh? Now, there might be reasons why you can't manage that, whether it's a knee issue or a hip issue, in which case the foot can be further down the thigh. But if you can manage, get your heel high up into the inner thigh, dig the heel in, and then press the ball of the foot and then the toes. So as the shin bone and the foot drive into the thigh, this standing thigh needs to reciprocate. It needs to drive into your foot. And yes, occasionally we lose balance. So if that happens, you try again. Then place your hands together in front of the chest. Lift your chest. Squeeze the right buttock forward and lengthen the right knee down. Then step the leg down. Now, I will say, if balancing is really problematic, I've already said you can take yourself to the wall, so one set of fingers are on the wall there. You could also do with your wall in front of you, so you've got two sets of fingers there on the wall. But we can also use the wall for the knee in this pose, and we'll do that in a moment. But for now, let's just try left leg, turn the leg out, catch the ankle, drive your heel high up into the inner thigh, and then ball of the foot and then the toes. We want to keep the hips the same level. So if you bring your hands onto the top rim of the pelvis there, you want to feel that both sides there are level. You're not lifting one side. You're not lifting the left side. Squeeze this foot, so driving the shin bone and the foot into the thigh. Then reciprocate with your thigh, gripping the foot. And then the buttock, this left buttock squeezes forward. Hands together into prayer posture. Lift the navel as you draw your tailbone down. And then we can step down. So if we take this to the wall, and we can still get a sense of balancing, when you take the right leg up, you want to stand close enough to the wall that as you place your foot into the tree pose, your knee can rest against the wall. Now, for some, it's difficult to get a significant external rotation in the thigh. So you could have the knee slightly further forward of the line of the standing leg. That's fine, as long as you're able to roll this outer hip down. So use the wall for support, then bring the hands into prayer posture, and then we'll stretch the arms up. So lift the arms up from the waist. Imagine your arms are beginning here at the waist. Lift and lengthen the sides of the waist. Lift and lengthen the armpit chest. Stretch the arms up dynamically. Squeeze the elbow tips in. And then we can lower the hands and step the leg down. Then we can do the other side. So you'll be balancing on your right leg, taking the left leg into Vrksasana. Again, you can rest the knee on the wall. And you want to feel that as the foot squeezes into the thigh reciprocates. It squeezes back into the foot. Hands in prayer posture. Squeeze the left buttock forward, lengthen your tailbone down and draw the navel up. Then stretch the arms up. Reach up through shoulder width hands. That can help to straighten the elbows. So lifting the arms up well away from the waist. Lengthen the waist, lift through the sides of the chest and breathe steadily. And then we can slowly bring the hands back through prayer posture and step the leg down. We'll do one more standing pose. This time we'll use a brick underneath one of our feet. So let's bring a brick in. I'm going to turn sideways for this posture and we'll place the brick flat on the floor next to the outer left foot. Again, if balancing is a concern, which it can often be in the beginning, and you're really struggling, then take yourself to the wall. So you'd actually face the wall, fingertips on the wall when we're doing this next pose. But if you're trying without the wall, hands on the waist, bend your knees. Cross the right thigh over the left and dig the ball of the foot into the brick. Now already that's going to offer some stability. So we're doing Garudasana, the eagle pose. When we bend the knees, it's important that we do keep the knees bent, because if we straighten the standing leg, then we lose the cross of the top leg. So both legs are bent. This leg lifts high up, so you're getting a cross at the groins, not just at the mid and lower thighs. So cross the groins and then descend the hips. Move the buttock flesh down, don't stick it back. So buttock flesh down, the lumbar can lengthen, the navel lifts and draws back towards the back abdominal wall. Then let's step out of that and we'll do the other side before we try and complete the pose. So move the brick next to the outer right foot. The hands can just sit on the waist. Already zip the navel up and maintain that lift. Inhale. Bend your knees as you exhale. Cross your left thigh over the right. So remember, you pick the thigh up and cross the groins and dig the ball of the foot into your brick. Once more, as you're bending the knees and descending the hips, watch that you don't stick the buttocks back, which causes the lumbar to kick in. Can you descend the buttock flesh, lengthen the lumbar, lift the navel up, and then you can stand up. Let's go to the other side once more and we'll see if we can wrap the foot behind the calf, which involves just balancing on one leg. Inhale. Bend your knees, exhale, cross the right thigh over the left. Now you can start with the ball of the foot digging into the brick, but then see if you can wrap your foot behind the calf, right foot behind the left calf. Squeeze the inner thighs together, descend the buttocks, and then perhaps you can bring the arms in. So left arm forward, right arm crosses underneath the left. So then the right fingertips are sitting on the left palm. Go on descending the buttocks, lifting the navel. Then you can stand up and we'll take the brick to the other side. So brick next to the outer right foot, standing in Tadasana. Inhale. Bend your knees as you exhale, cross the left thigh over the right, and you're happy enough to just go straight into wrapping your foot behind the calf. Descend the buttocks. Lift the navel. Then right arm forward, left arm underneath. So then the left fingers come onto the right palm. Go on lifting the chest, and if you overbalance, then you just flick your foot out. Use the brick again if you need. And then when you're ready, you can come to stand up. So even with years of experience, many of us will still have moments where we lose our balance, and that's just par for the course. Let's finish with Uttanasana. So we'll take the feet as wide as the mat. We'll use our brick. We'll come forward, hands to the brick. Lengthen your chest forward. Of course, if you've got 2 bricks, you can have 1 brick underneath each hand. But because we've only used 1 brick in this session today, 1 brick is fine. If you can go further, bend the elbows, maybe you bring your fingertips to the floor, maybe you can go wider with the hands and bring yourself further forward into your forward bend. We'll just spend a few breaths here in Uttanasana, resting the head, resting the heart. Slow, steady breathing. And we observe how Uttanasana can bring in a sense of quietness and steadiness within. As you're ready, hands to the waist, raise the head up, raise the torso up, and come to stand all the way up. As I mentioned, this session was basic balancing poses. If you're interested in challenging yourself more, I'll be posting another class with more intermediate balancing poses. And if you enjoy practicing with me, I invite you to check out the video library on my website, heatherkitchenyoga.com.au. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. For more in-depth teaching, check out the video library on my website, heatherkitchenyoga.com.au. The link is in the description box below.